Hello, we made it, and my volume is on my laptop again. Welcome to today's Rocksmith developer stream. It's going to be sort of a looser stream. Let me mute that so I don't get feedback. That's never embarrassing. Never embarrassing when that happens. We're live. My name is Doug. I'm the one who just did that. I'm your community developer and the host for today's Rocksmith developer stream. We're here today. Some of us are here. As you are probably aware, a lot of businesses are sending their workers home, and today in the office we have a small number of players, but we've decided to come together anyway, and we're going to do this week's stream. Next week, I'll go ahead and let you know now, and I'll mention it at the end of the stream. Next week, I'm going to go ahead and say will be canceled, so there will not be a stream next Thursday. But make sure you stay tuned to all of our social media pages to find out what we're going to do, because we're going to try to do something around that time anyway. We'll figure it out between now and then. So look for that on Rocksmith Game on Twitter and Instagram, and Rocksmith on Facebook. We'll send out the message there. Today we're going to look at the songs of the 6 a.m. song pack. We got 3 of them. We're going to play those. We're going to talk about them. We're going to still give away prizes, so stay tuned for those. Brian Turner, that's UB Jurassic. He is in North Carolina. He's in the chat with you. He's going to handle all those raffles as they come. Right now, let's go ahead and take a look at the 6 a.m. song pack.
That you don't, I've done things that you won't. There's nothing like a trail of blood to find your way back home. I was waiting for my hearse. What came next was so much rush. It took a funeral to make me feel alive. Just open your eyes. Just open your eyes and see that life is beautiful. Will you swear on your life that no one will cry at my funeral? Do you want to see heaven tonight? Underneath those lights, you will look so beautiful. Do you want to see the stars before they fall? See the stars before they fall. Do you want to be my love tonight? For all my life, it could be so wonderful. Do you want to see the stars before they fall? See the stars before they fall. Fall out of the atmosphere, let's run until we disappear, and never let them come and catch us. Never let them take away our You say it's all a crisis, you say it's all a blur. There comes a time you gotta face it, face it. Hey, hey, hell is what you make. Rise against your faith. Nothing's gonna keep you down, even if it's killing you. Because you know the truth. Listen up, there's a devil in the church. Got a bullet in the chamber, and this is gonna hurt. Let it out. You can scream and you can shout. Keep your secrets in the shadows, and you'll be sorry. And everybody's getting numb, and everybody's on the run. Listen up, there's a devil in the church. Got a bullet in the chamber, and this is gonna hurt. This is gonna
There you have it, 3 songs from 6 a.m. And to play them, I would like to introduce our first guests of the stream. Hello, first guests of the stream.
Hello.
Are we setting a bad example right now by showing several people together in a room? There's 3 of us. We're taking precautions.
3 is not. I don't
We
think
are.
that's part
We
of
are
the.
taking precautions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're being
We all make
clean.
sure we all lick the doorknob and
We didn't do that. We make sure.
Yeah. Tradition is
Yeah.
important, but health is more important.
coughed on each other's picks is great.
So this is gonna hurt.
No kidding.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the song.
That is the song.
That's the song that we're gonna do.
And no, I did not
so-
write this.
You didn't write this.
Is this what
didn't
you say to
track it. You
yourself?
didn't track it.
When-
So,
no.
so Emmy, so you're gonna you stepped up. You're gonna be playing rhythm today.
I
almost
am.
said rhythm again.
Yay.
So
Yeah.
you're playing the rhythm path at 90%.
Yeah.
So take a look at that.
We're
And
gonna go.
Akshay,
What are you doing,
I
Akshay?
just moments
This is a
ago.
bass.
Nice.
This is
Moments
bass.
ago, pulled Akshay in to play bass on This Is Gonna Hurt. So they pretty much
I practiced this once.
almost
It's
everybody playing today just found out that they're playing today. So it's
Yeah.
gonna be a fun one. With a couple of exceptions, what you'll see later. But yeah, let's go and get into it. This is
do
Gonna Hurt
this.
6 a.m. and we'll talk about it a little bit after that. If you got questions
good.
for us, reach out to UB Jurassic in the chat. He will get those questions to us here in the studio. Hot
Spicy.
bass. Yeah.
Ooh, that's still. I don't. There we go. The other way. Yeah, okay. We got time.
These
Okay.
the tones in this pack are really
Yeah.
fun for me.
Yeah, a lot
There's
of
a
fun.
long,
It's just
long
that
intro.
we were-
It's a lot of. Yeah. There we go.
Just-
There it is. Oh. 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 Here it
You'll
comes.
never see it coming.
It's like a roller coaster.
I mean, that's rock and roll, right? that's
It's pretty metal.
yeah. I was watching Elisa Rock Doc stream this week, and I believe she described it as just pretty straight up like Sunset Strip
Yeah,
rock
that's about right.
rock music. I mean, it's
Okay.
It's got a similar vibe, similar attitude as what you would have in the like 1980s metal scene.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm not familiar with the term
yeah.
sunset.
Well, are you
strip.
familiar? How familiar are you with 6 a.m.?
Not
Do you know? Are you familiar with Nikki Sixx?
I got up at this morning.
So Nikki Sixx of 6 a.m. This band that you just played.
Yeah.
Was the bassist in Motley Crue.
Oh shit!
Yeah. What?
know
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So like I said, we're running things a
Nikki
little bit
Sixx?
looser
Nope.
today.
I'm a pro musician. Everybody knows.
No, it's fine. No, I'm not putting you on the spot.
The whole
Yeah,
Rocksmith
that's-
team,
Well,
I
that's
am
that's some trivia that should probably be made. Everyone should be made aware of.
Yeah.
So
That's
thank
pretty
you.
cool.
Thank you
Okay.
for not knowing, so that I could ask you, and we could make sure all of our
That's
viewers.
cool.
know. Yeah. So yeah, just it's hard rock. Metal
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I'm kind
tones.
of bummed that like at the beginning there's like, if I can get a little bit, there's like a that's pretty cool. They only do it at the beginning though.
Right.
And then in the
you've
middle it's
got,
just like
quarter notes. Right, but the
It's
I
like,
think
oh.
does the rhythm guitar does that same rhythm.
Yeah, when it starts
uh,
with the, which is the fun part. But
Yeah.
then it's like, ah, now I got to play the rest.
There's a lot of interesting rhythmic
Yeah.
stuff in this pack.
it's neat.
Good. Yeah.
It's got a
All
good
right.
feel.
It's good. It's a nice, good hum and strum kind of feel.
I set aside a question and then I lost it. Oh yeah, somebody had asked. It may have been Biscovid. Had asked since there are a lot of people working from home right now.
Yeah.
If the note trackers are able to work on DLC. There's not. Yes.
Yes.
We've made it. Not we as in me,
Mhm.
but they are able to work from home.
Yeah.
They are
on
plugging
DLC.
away.
Yeah. So there you go.
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. Well, thank you guys both very much for playing.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll go ahead and move on.
Please.
Let's give something away. How
All
about
right.
that? How about
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
let's have our first Ernie Ball prize pack of the stream. If you're in the chat right now and you want to win everything that you're about to see on your screen, please listen to UB Jurassic in the chat, and he will tell you how you can win the first of these Ernie Ball prize packs. You will win, if you win, 2 sets of strings, 1 6-string set for your guitar, 1 4-string set for your bass. You'll get a dozen picks from Ernie Ball. Again, advising people not to lick the picks as much as possible. Also 3 picks from us here at Rocksmith. Especially don't lick those because I handle them when I send them out. And you will receive a black guitar strap from Ernie Ball, as well as a peg winder from Ernie Ball and a package of Wonder Wipes. All of that will be sent to you if you are the lucky winner today. If you win, Brian, that's once more UB Jurassic, he will whisper you in the chat to get your name, your shipping address, and your telephone number. We do need all that information to get your prize to you, so please make sure you get that. And I will say there's a good chance right now that there will be some delay in this week's and possibly last week's prizes, so apologies for that. We're trying to get them out as fast as we can. We're all doing what we can here. Coming up, we've got more music from 6 a.m. We're going to have some more prizes, and again, questions are always welcome here. UB Jurassic is who will get those questions to us here on the stream. And if you missed the very beginning, we do want to let you know that next week we will not be here, and there will likely not be an encore stream as well. We'll talk about some more of that at the end of the stream. But right now, I think we can say hello to our next set of guests. It's probably a little bit early, but we can do it anyway. What are they gonna say? No, they can be on
No.
stream. No, well, it's too late. You're
Doesn't
on camera.
matter. Yeah,
You're on
I
camera.
can say
Like,
no, but it doesn't.
You
It
sat,
really does
you
not
sat
matter.
in front of where the camera is.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hi, Doug.
But here we are. Hello, Dan. Dan Emmerich.
Hi.
Welcome to the stream.
Thank you. Thank you. How unorthodox.
Right, and Chris Wu is beside you.
Hello.
which
We're
is
here to
also
play
unorthodox.
Fountains of Wayne and nothing else.
Sure.
Just so you know.
All right,
We'll
well, I
play
got-
Stacy's mom together.
all the
We
time.
did
That's
play
it.
Stacy's mom together. That was
Yeah.
that was a
And
while
we
ago.
want to again.
Okay.
We're just looking for an opportunity. Maybe next week. Oh.
So yeah, I'm looking
Oh.
at the set list,
Yeah.
and I have some bad news for you. Well, I have some different news for you.
Oh, Chris isn't going to play with me after
No,
all, and I
Chris
can
is
just
gonna-
hog the
Chris is-
spotlight.
Chris is gonna
oh,
play with you.
All right.
You're
That's
going to
the
play
bad
Stars.
news, yeah.
You're going to play
I'm
Stars.
gonna play Stacy's
Stars.
mom.
Stars.
You're gonna-
I'm going to play Stars.
It'll
You're going to
sound
play
amazing.
Stacy's mom. It's going to sound terrible.
Chris Wu,
yes.
welcome. It's been a little while since you've been here, hasn't
I
it?
thought I feel like
Were
I
you just here?
came on
Yeah, it's all blur now. This
Um,
past few weeks, it's
yeah,
all
like
blur.
last week or 2 weeks ago
Okay.
or something.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah,
anyway.
last week.
Just
Yep.
Time
Or-
is an illusion.
That's
Lunchtime
true. It's a-
doubly
it's a
so.
flat.
Well, speaking
Douglas
of time,
Adamson.
Yeah.
I was saying how but between when this band was announced and
Yeah.
the day we streamed, really shouldn't it be 7 a.m. in America? except in Phoenix. Or
Because
Can
we
I
had a time-
please play with
Arizona?
somebody else? Can I
Oh, man.
please play with somebody else? Anybody else?
No, I think let's let this ride.
But
Let's see
also,
what happens.
good transition to talk about how we did do that, and so our streams are possibly earlier for some folks.
Yeah,
right now.
earlier for some folks. And if you're in the UK, hopefully you're watching it right now and not thinking that we happened an hour ago or an hour from now.
Yeah, well, they're not watching
Yeah.
when we're here, and they'll be watching when we're not here. That's the problem.
So it's really for those people on the replay.
Well, they can see the VOD. They'll
Yeah.
know that we acknowledge them and feel bad
All
if they
right.
missed the stream.
Okay.
It works out. Stars, Dan, you're gonna play rhythm.
I am going to play rhythm. I had not heard this song before I went, hey, you don't have anybody to play on Stars, do you? And you said no. And I said, all right, I'll do rhythm. It
Yeah.
can't be that hard. And I was right, partner, because there's a lot of cowboy chords. in
There's
here.
a lot of cowboy chords.
open chords, which
The-
is not what I really expected.
The lead path has a really sort of mobile arpeggio going on through
That
most
sounds
of it.
difficult,
It
not
sounds-
like
it's-
something
it's-
I could
it's-
do
it's a
on
really, It's a
command.
really cool. It's a really fun part. It's a really pretty part. But again, I just asked Dan if he could play, so I'm
I
not.
I
like,
think the rhythm guitar is the synth part. Is that
true?
true?
I don't know.
David, I'm looking at David. You don't know.
Nobody-
I was actually
nobody
going to try
knows.
to figure out who did the note track on this and ask them, and then I suddenly looked. I went, "Oh, it's 2:52. I have to get
Oh
upstairs."
yeah, we got. I can probably find
2:52, our time. That's
Our
right.
time.
Yeah.
Dan and I's time.
that. So here's Stars by 6 a.m.
Great, thanks.
Played by Dan Emmerich. And
We will
Chris
try to
Wu.
do this not terribly. How's
Sure.
that?
Even though we're not playing the lead, you guys should check it out. It's I think there's a solo at the end too.
Yeah.
Then I'm really glad I'm playing rhythm. Took me a minute to realize that was me on the top.
Do you want to go to heaven tonight? Leave the evidence far behind. Say, alright, alright. Do you want to be my lover tonight?
Get these tones.
Leave everybody else behind. Say, alright.
Maybe it's just a very effective guitar part. Maybe it's not a synth.
Maybe we should just run away. Never look back as the world decays. Say, alright, alright. Nothing matters ever since the day you pulled the pin on my heart like a hand grenade. Say, alright, alright. Do you wanna see heaven tonight? Underneath those lights, you will look so beautiful. Do you wanna see the stars before they fall? See the stars before they fall. Do you wanna be my love tonight? For all my life, it'd be so wonderful. Do you wanna see the stars before they fall? See the stars before they
Still did you, Dan. There's that solo.
Just pretend. Just pretend I'm doing it. I can do all the motions. I just can't put my fingers there. Yes, my string had jumped out of the nut.
Oh no.
I was like, why does the chord feel weird? Strumming too hard.
punk rock.
Very well done.
I really wanted to palm mute the whole thing, but there's no palm mutes in that
Yeah,
in that
yeah,
rhythm
just,
part.
there's
It's very weird,
there are a lot of palm mutes in this pack, just not.
but
there.
just not there. And I really would have expected them to be there to add to that sort of chug, because it had the rhythmic push of a chug kind of song, but it just wasn't there. No
Lyle
chug.
Wongster in the chat said that he found the rhythm path to be the most oddly satisfying.
It is very satisfying. It's
The
very
whole pack.
attainable. Obviously, it's specifically the song. I mean, you're talking about A minor, C, G, D, basic open chords that you'll use in a lot of different
Yeah.
songs. And then just a couple of power chords for fun, here and
Yeah.
there, and a couple of single note riffs that I kind of biffed, but you won't if you practice. But yeah, very very attainable.
It's this is actually, I think, of the 3 songs. I wasn't that familiar with 6 a.m. But
Yeah.
I think it's my favorite of the bunch.
Okay.
It's kind of catchy. It's
Okay.
got a good mix of the arpeggiated parts, but they throw in a solo at the end.
All those parts that I didn't play. Thanks
Yeah.
for keep bringing that up. And how
great.
inadequate
But
I
we
am
were
at
holding it down while,
Yeah.
while it
Yeah,
was
rhythm
going
section.
on.
rhythm section for the
yep.
win.
I was familiar with Stars, and I was very familiar with with Life is Beautiful.
I think
Because
that was their lead single. I think highest charting hit.
And
And
I
stuff.
played a lot of that in a different video game for a long time.
Did
Oh.
you?
Yeah, I did.
What game was that?
It was Rock Band.
Tetris.
No, it was Rock
Oh.
Band.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if
That's
we
what I
were
played on.
allowed to say
That's where I played it. That's where I
Flugelhorn
did it.
Hero or something
Flugelhorn
like
Hero.
that.
Yeah.
Tuba Hero.
Tuba Hero. I would be.
You would be like high
be-
score
I'd
guy
be-
at
I'd be-
Tuba Hero.
That's
be
right.
pretty
You
good
were
at
a
that.
tubist.
I was. I
that
guess
the
I technically.
Are
Tubist,
you still
yeah.
like
Tubist.
I mean,
I think it's something like I haven't played in over a decade, but I think it's still something
but you
that I
could
hold.
play. You could pick up a tuba.
Right. Yeah, I could
and play.
Reading music for tuba would be
is it a
difficult.
tubist or is it a tuber? Are you
It's
a
a
tuber?
tubist.
Are you sure?
Something
I'm-
tells me he's
I'm
sure.
sure.
Because I'm
I'm
pretty
pretty
sure it's
sure.
not trombonist.
Are you sure?
No, it
it's
is
not
trombonist.
I did, The Simpsons has told me
How much?
otherwise.
How?
Oh, okay.
Just-
Once again, let's consider the source.
They also said saxophone.
In the context of being incorrect.
That's true. That's
Do
true.
you, do you not
Uh,
recall the scene where
my God.
what's the name of the music teacher? Well, he has a name.
Anybody
Somebody
else
knows.
next time? Anybody at all?
You know,
Uh,
he goes, Lisa, do you find something
yeah.
funny about the word tromboner?
Right. That's
So they wouldn't lie to me, right?
so. Jean 308. Yes, I did play tuba. I was a tuba player
He was a
for
tuber.
a long
You
time.
were a tuber.
I was a tuba major in college for a little while.
That's interesting. I mean, like, what were you hoping to do with that
I was
major?
I would teach music.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Teach marching band basically.
and here you
And
are.
here I am.
This is what
Yeah.
being a tuba major
That's
gets
what,
you.
That's what happens if you start as a music ed major and then end as an English major.
Oh,
This is what you do.
This is the
This is
perfect
your job.
medley. Of,
Yeah. It worked out.
You should have leaned on your English major to be like, no, it's tubist. I know.
So you're saying that my English major argument would
Combined
have
with-
outweighed my
No,
my
combined with
forward-
it. Then you were like, well,
Okay.
I have an expertise in two things,
Well, I-
language and music.
so I could tell you. Yeah, that's true. Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad that you were able to acknowledge that you were wrong.
Well, even a tuber is right.
If you guys don't need
Twice
me,
a day.
I'm
Tuber's still
just
right
gonna.
twice a day. No, well for the next song I did have to kill some time.
Oh,
We were running a little bit ahead.
Not really.
So this is
I
me.
was
we've all got to
assuming- I
go
was
and like
assuming
wash
this
our
is gonna be
hands
the,
after
uh,
this.
This is like Michael Jordan's flu game, you know? We're just stepping up to the
Right.
plate.
That's right. Oh yeah, no, it's
No.
a miracle we're here.
Honestly, when I arrived this morning, I was pretty sure I would be playing 3 of the songs on rhythm today for the stream. Like that was my I was practicing the songs on rhythm. I was like, I guess I can do it.
Well,
We'll
I
see.
mean, I offered at the last minute because I was thinking,
Yeah,
how
and I
can we not
appreciate
have
it.
David on the board alone? But David is actually on the board alone today. He's like,
He's
put it
got
on
it.
my
He's got
shoulders.
it
I
under
can do
control.
this.
Sure.
I can do this.
Yeah.
Because that's David's voice.
That
Obviously.
is-
I can
that's
do this.
Exactly
You've
what
heard
David
him.
sounds like. Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's not playing the songs today.
Uncanny, right?
So we go. But yeah, I think we're good.
We're fine. You've
We're
filled
good,
enough
good.
time.
Yeah, and I'll let you get away
Filled,
from
killed,
I'll let
however you want to say
I'll
it.
let you escape from Chris Wu for a little bit.
Thank you.
We
All
still
right.
sit pretty oh, well, you're going to be up here on the board, so.
Yeah, I'm still
That's
here.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
But right now we're going to take a little bit of a break. We're going to watch a video. This is going to be one of the 60-day challenge.
Oh, yeah?
videos. Yeah, we're going to look at Trevor. So back when Rocksmith 2014 first launched, there was a program, an initiative to play at least once an hour every day for 60 days.
Yep.
Once a day, for 1 hour, once a day for 60 days.
Correct.
And then you gauge your progress and see how much you can learn, how much you can develop in that 60 days. That's still an idea, a concept that we happily endorse and support. And now you can see a lot of those stats in the game after the remastered update. But before that, we had this 60-day challenge, which you can still take part, play for an hour every day for 60 days, and see how far you've gone. But this is Trevor going through the 60-day challenge. And while that's happening, we're going to give away 5 copies of this week's DLC, the 6 a.m. song pack on Steam. UB Jurassic is going to give that away, so please watch in the chat for that while we watch this video, and we'll be back with more music right after that.
My name is Trevor Trout, and I am 28 years old. To be able to actually learn how to play the guitar and be fluent with it, and maybe even good at it, would mean a lot to me just because, you know, my mother is very, you know, musically inclined. My grandfather, very musically inclined. He did the old school country. He just passed away, and that's definitely been a thing that's been driving me to pick it up, just to kind of help continue his legacy. Uh-oh, here we go. My first experience with Rocksmith was awesome. It was so much fun. I was playing for maybe 30 minutes, and I already feel like I can actually do this. I'm still kind of frustrated with the harmonics. I'm just having a hard time. These last few times, when they did throw chords at me, I was able to get my fingers in place. All right, sweet. 20 days left, and I'm much faster. I'm picking up songs much faster, progressing through them much faster. Since day one, I haven't stepped back once. I've always made steps forward. I do have a lot of room to grow, but I also have the confidence going forward to know that I can get there. I'm playing The Kinks, You Really Got Me Now, Everlong by the Foo Fighters, and Aerosmith's Walk This Way. What? What? Like, I can do that? Like, that was like my moment. That was like my aha moment. It's really cool, and my girlfriend even told me last night, she's like, I'm really proud of you. You're doing so good. Like, I can't even believe, like, where you were before. Like, this is something that you've always wanted to do, and now you're doing it. And to have her say something like that, or even be like, holy shit, that's a lot of notes that you just hit, or whatever, like, it was like, yeah, this is real. Like, I'm doing this. With my grandfather being gone now, just knowing that he's gonna be living on through me and through his music and through now my music. It's great. It really is.
And you just can't make assumptions about what people know in music. Welcome back. This is the Rocksmith Developer Stream. My name is Doug. I'm your host and the community developer for Rocksmith, and I want to say hello to a couple of friends. To my left, Rykin.
Doug,
How's it
what's
going?
happening? Great.
Doing great. And then Dan Amrick. You're
I'm
back
because you
need
you called for the B team, and here I am.
I did.
I'm
I did.
here to help. I'm Phil. Just call me Phil.
Sure. I can't. I'm going to call you Dan.
All right.
So what I was talking about, we were talking about Nikki Sixx being part of Motley Crue, and you really can't assume what people know and don't know about music.
I thought it was common knowledge that Nikki Sixx was the bassist of Motley Crue and that 6 a.m. was his project, on the side and after when Motley Crue wasn't working. And Akshay said in the previous, he's like, "Oh, I didn't know that."
Yeah.
And I was like, it's one of you can't assume knowledge.
Right.
But that is why I'm playing the Office Epiphone Thunderbird, because Nikki Sixx famous for playing a Thunderbird. So I figured it had to make an appearance. I did get special dispensation from Sharon because this lives at Sharon's desk. She
Yeah.
has a personal one. Hers is white, but the Office one also lives with her. And sure enough, I was kind of hoping that. And she's like, "Are you going to tune it down to D?" I'm like, "Yes, I am," because
so
Motley
Sharon.
Crue is
Right,
played in
right,
D.
right.
And she's like, "All right, just be careful." And I'm like,
Right.
"Of course I would be." If it needs a string change, who's going to do it? It's
Right,
me.
it's gonna be
But
you anyway.
so I'm allowed to change the strings, but I have,
Yeah. So bonus track for this week. Motley Crue.
Motley Crue.
I decided why
not.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Motley Crue. If you have an opportunity to highlight some Motley Crue,
But you
probably
heard
gonna
Motley
take it.
Crue and you were like, "I'm here."
No, I went
Well-
directly to Rye. I was like,
They were
"Hey, Rye."
they're a solid staple, but they weren't my top of my list
Yeah.
of bands, but they were definitely I was definitely heavy exposure. I mean, you couldn't not be back
Right.
in the day. And this is one of their cooler songs, I think. It's
Yeah.
one of their heavier songs, not their heaviest song, but I think they were coming back from a pop album before this, and they kind of got more heavy. This is the album with Girls.
This is off of Feel Good, isn't it? Dr. Feel Good.
believe so.
I think Girls,
I
Girls, Girls is
don't know.
on Girls, Girls, Girls.
well, I could
Pretty
I'll-
sure
I'll-
this is.
I'll find that out later.
All right,
This
I'm
is
just
on
gonna
Dr.
stop,
Feelgood.
stop
Uh,
speculating.
Doesn't matter.
So yeah, when
You know what? You're right.
when I decided we were going to do Kickstart, which is my favorite Motley Crue song, which is why I chose it, because I get to make those decisions
That's right.
and abuse my power. When I decided that we were going to do Kickstart, I thought of you, Rye, and I figured you would kill this. So yeah, let's do it. And we pointed out that you don't have a whammy bar, so we
True.
may have to improvise some things. But here's
Well, I don't think it's reflected in the notepad.
it's not.
to
It's
be
not.
to be
It is not. So
fair,
this will be
so.
just for fun. So here is Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue. If you got any more questions, please let us know. Let UB Jurassic in the chat know.
Yeah. That's not the same thing.
I like it.
Totally off. Yes.
Look, if you could play a great sounding solo, it doesn't matter. You're playing exactly what's shown.
I didn't realize that was that long of a like an outro. I'm like, oh, it's just a few licks. I'll just BS it.
Oh dear.
It's going. It's going.
Oh, this
going.
is
Now you have to
there's
say
like a whole other
something.
song
Yeah.
attached to this. Well done, but
That was fun. That's
was fun.
it's just
It's
super fun.
It's one of my
High
favorite songs to
octane
play.
rock and roll.
That's,
really
that's, It's got everything. The song has everything.
Notes.
Palm mutes,
Palm
power
mutes.
chords.
Power chords,
some-
everything you
some-
look for in a hard
some-
rock
some
song.
Bindies.
And the phrase "kicking ass" twice. I mean, come on.
and the song was on Dr. Feelgood.
Ah,
That was the album.
there you go.
And John 308 recommends if you don't have William Bar, you could possibly use a slide to get that similar.
oh yeah, I suppose you
effect.
could.
You could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just stick with one string. So with your E string. So D standard. This song's in D standard, right?
Mm-hmm. Lots of crew
how-
songs are.
How common was that when this song came out?
It was not common.
how
at the
was
time.
how was that received amongst?
Well, nobody.
guitar players at the time?
Speak
Like,
for
I have to do
myself. I
what?
couldn't figure out. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, he
Yeah,
always
like,
have
how are
strong
they-
stretches.
Yeah,
and
where
then
is he
it's like
doing that?
The riffs sound so like heavy and cool, like more so than other bands, and like,
Yeah.
you're like, why is that the tone? And then later on, I learned that it was when I looked in the tab book. I'm like, oh, it's D standard.
it's D
Yeah, nobody
standard.
else did that I could remember at
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah, there was a few bands that were playing in E flat standard. Van Halen famously,
Yes,
like
and
classic.
maybe drop D or drop D.
Yeah, the
drop
occasional
C sharp now and
drop.
then for like exactly.
And sort of like folky, like alternative tunings and.
Well,
open
yeah,
tunes
I
and
mean,
things like that.
yeah, you've got stuff like that. But for heavy stuff, like they were first to be like, what if we? I mean, this is way before 7-strings were a
Right,
thing, right?
right.
So it's like, if we play in D, it chugs harder.
Right.
All
It
right.
chugs harder. That's
Yeah.
good.
And at the time, like I wonder how much it may have cost to get a guitar set up for that. If it would have been more difficult.
I mean, it
Then-
certainly confused garage bands.
Right,
Like
right,
let's just do it in E. I'm not
Well,
retuning.
and having the Floyd Rose locking
yeah.
tuning system
That's
would
the
be a
problem.
pain
Yeah, if
if
you
you're
wanted to
not-
do
yeah,
it, with the period accurate hardware kind of stuff, then
would
you'd
be
be like, ooh.
a 20-minute process to go with the Floyd Rose. You'd have to do it like 5 times in a
Yeah.
row. That's the problem with that.
And to clarify for another question, yes, Dan does consider himself typically a rhythm player.
Yeah, I'm more a rhythm guitarist, but when the bass line has a pick, I'm
You're
in
in.
heaven. This is definitely like this specifically says
Yeah.
play with the pick, but you can see that whole outro of that's all quickly, just strumming over and over and over again. So also playing with the pick gives you a sharper attack. Like you will just like the onset of the note is bang bang. So for a lot of heavy stuff, Travis Kindred is one of those people who can play bass with his fingers and it sounds like he's playing with a pick.
Yeah.
Because he's advanced. But for mere mortals, a pick is going to give you more aggression on a more aggressive song, and that's what he's doing here.
Yep.
And that's due to the wall of guitars usually that you have the bass has to fight through.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Not
And,
fight through, but you want to be able to punch through, like you're saying, and
Yeah.
get that attack.
Another question from Guitar Princess 2. Is it possible, if I'm reading the question correctly, hopefully we get this right, you're both well-seasoned guitar players. You've been spending a long time with guitar.
He just called us old. Did you hear that? That was rough.
I'll consider myself a well-seasoned bassist.
We have new faces in the audience, and here's some old faces.
and here's the old
And here's
wrinkled
some old
ones.
faces.
Damn.
Do you still ever find yourself, even as practiced as you are on the guitar, do you still ever find yourself picking up the guitar and just having it feel like uncomfortable?
Uncomfortable?
Yeah, just like one day, like do you still have off days where just things aren't lining up and it just doesn't feel like it normally does in your hands?
No.
Okay.
Never. Only time maybe is if I was in a very funky tuning that I had no idea what was going on, and then I wouldn't be relying on my, my patterns that I've just grown up with that are unavoidable now. Now I will say this: after being like having music degrees and all this kind of education and stuff, sometimes you feel like the thrill is gone. You're just like, yeah, everything's been mapped out.
just-
yeah,
it's just a
okay,
job
it's
now.
cool. But then,
every
I'll
note's
go
been
for like a
played
week.
before.
Sometimes I go on vacation or something. I won't touch the guitar for a week or two, which is super rare. Then it's like it's coming back to a new
Coming
instrument.
home.
It's-
Okay.
yeah, I
That's
usually
nice.
have better ideas like flowing like,
Okay.
oh man,
All right.
So I can't say that, but
The only
Okay.
time I agree. I no longer feel uncomfortable with a guitar in my hands. So there was a time that I did. The only time I feel uncomfortable now is if it's a guitar that's not built to like my preferences. Like I love a 9.5-inch radius on the neck. That's a
Yeah.
really big important thing. The neck shape, that's what makes me feel comfortable. I played a guitar in a store last week that had a 12-inch radius, and I was like, this neck feels great, but it feels terrible. What is it? What is it? And I didn't know what. I had to go
Yeah.
home and I looked it up and I went, oh, that one had a 12-inch neck. That's the only. So it's only like at this point, my comfort with the instrument. You would think I would play better for how comfortable I am with the instrument, but yeah, it really comes down to the ergonomics of how that instrument is built. Is the only time that I really feel uncomfortable.
But you're not at a point. You're past the point where you might sit down with one of your sort of standby guitars. And pick it up and just feel like this doesn't feel right.
No, yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I pick it up and I'm just
Let's-
I might play the same thing over and over again. I noodle on the couch a lot.
Sure.
I'm one of those players. I
Sure.
have one next to the couch in our TV room, and so I'm always every day I'm on that.
Okay.
And it always just feels like an extension of me at this point
yeah,
because
totally. I was gonna
those are
say
the
that,
guitars
too.
that I have chosen to keep for life.
It's like a third arm.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, thank you both very much. We are going to talk about some other music in case you missed it. If you are into this 6 a.m. song pack, there's, again, one pretty, I think, obvious song pack to check out, and that would be the Motley Crue song pack. Kickstart My Heart, which you just heard Rykin and Dan Emmerich play, is in that pack, along with Dr. Feelgood, Girls, 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 Home Sweet Home, and Shout at the Devil. All of those are in the Motley Crue song pack, which came out way back in 2015. Also, there seems to be a connection to Hailstorm and a lot of the sort of hard rock, some more of that like Sunset Strip aggression. And in the Hailstorm song pack is I Get Off, I Miss the Misery, and Ms. Hyde. A couple of other Hailstorm songs in the library, but not in part of that pack. In the female lead song pack, along with Flyleaf and Heart, was Hailstorm's Love Bites, So Do I, and also we have the rock and cover song pack, which included Hailstorm's Bad Romance, along with Goldfinger's 99 Red Balloons, Marilyn Manson's Tainted Love, and Seether's Careless Whispers. All of those are available in the Rocksmith library. And now you'll probably get to watch Rye and I prepare for the next song, because I'm playing it, and I can't read and calibrate at the same time. So I'm gonna keep talking, and if Rye wants to jump in and talk, that's cool, and we'll probably look at us
I got nothing to
calibrate
say.
in just a moment. Yeah. Rye,
Okay, I like the name of this band. I think it's brilliant because it's like Nikki Sixx
AJ.
and 6 a.m. like he's been partying up all night until 6 a.m.
6 a.m. is where the party starts, man.
Yeah.
I've got a cable tangled around my leg. We'll deal with it. It'll be fine. Wonder who played this last. So Rye was scheduled to play the "Kickstart My Heart" song, but this one,
I'm filling
"Life
in
Is
last
Beautiful," is a last-minute thing. Me playing it is also filling in last minute, so hopefully it will be all right. I practiced a little bit it'll be a little sloppy. I'll say that. But a little sloppy.
Ditto
should be
that.
fine. All right. We'll play through, get through it, see how we do. Should be fun. Just got a tune, almost done. And yeah, so Life is Beautiful is the 6 a.m. song that I was personally most familiar with and seemed to be out on social media, the song that most of our players were familiar with for this pack. So it was nice to see. A lot of excitement about this one. And coming up, like I said, we got the last song. I mentioned it earlier, and while I've got some time, I want to say again, due to a lot of businesses closing or shutting down, people work from home, next week we will not have a stream here in the studio. I would like to do something, and we'll sort of figure out what that is here in the next week. And when we do figure that out, we'll let you know on our social media platforms. Specifically, look for Twitter. Twitter, we are at Rocksmith Game, but we will also post something on Instagram, where we're also at Rocksmith Game, and Facebook, where you can find us at just facebook.com/Rocksmith. So all those details will be there as they become available. Right now, we're just trying to work through this and do what we can. So, Rye.
You didn't mention my costume change, by the way.
I did mention you did have a costume change. I unbuttoned my jacket.
This is the working man.
That's your work. I feel like I'm overdressed now.
It's hot in here.
It is hot in here. Okay. Yeah. Let's flail our way through. Life is Beautiful. All right. We made it through.
Cool.
We did it. I would
That
high
wasn't too
five
bad.
you, but I'm not touching anybody right now.
Fair enough.
That's pretty good. Yeah, we did. I think we did pretty well
Yeah.
for kind of just coming into this song. But yeah, this is a fun song, and I have played over the years this song quite a bit on several different.
Wait, I only got amazing performance. You got excellent.
No, I was on the right.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
All right, I feel
Yeah,
better.
yeah. Don't
Sorry.
worry, don't
Sorry.
worry.
You know what? Let's just not.
Don't worry. You're
Never
still.
mind.
You're,
Don't mention it.
You're both excellent and amazing, right?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. Well, again, thank you very much for coming in last minute and taking on this song. Right
Amazing work, Doug.
Thank
Amazing.
you. Excellent work, Rye. Right now, we are going to give away our last Ernie Ball prize pack of the day. So if you're in the chat, again, please listen to what UB Jurassic is telling you for your chance to win everything that you see on your screen. Now-ish. Now, here it is. Somebody, they're doing this on purpose. They're messing with me. I can see their faces, and they love doing this to me every week. Everything on the screen can be yours if you win this Ernie Ball prize pack. I really wish that was on camera. So what you missed here, let me give you the playthrough. So I forgot to unplug the bass as I took it off of me to get back to the podium and tried to leave with it and got tangled, which is why I went quiet for a bit because I couldn't figure out how to move across the room. But that's neither here nor there. If you want to win everything you see, that's what we're here for. That's what we're excited about. You can receive both of these sets of strings, one 6-string set for your guitar, one 4-string set for your bass, dozen picks for Ernie Ball, 3 Spectrum Plectrum picks from us here at Rocksmith. You will get a black Ernie Ball guitar strap, a package of Wonder Wipes to keep your guitar's strings, body, and neck clean and fresh and lasting longer, as well as a peg winder from Ernie Ball. All that can be yours if you listen to UB Jurassic in the chat right now. And that is pretty much it for us today. There will be another pack next week. There will be a clue for that pack in our forums tomorrow morning. That will be coming from RS222 and posted by UB Jurassic, so it will be available at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. That's 7 a.m. Pacific. And at this point, I couldn't tell you what it is in the UK or other places in Europe or just outside of the US because time zones are weird and we just changed ours, and it's very difficult to keep up with. But all that, we will have that clue in the forums tomorrow morning, so you can find out at least a little bit of what's coming next week. Again, not going to have a stream. We'll figure out what we can do and post that on our social media, so make sure you follow that to see what we're going to do with this time that we have while most of us are at home. Thank you very much for coming in, and we will see you soon. Hopefully, here's one more look at the 6 a.m. song pack.